Alright, we got another frame to check out. This one's been out for a minute. Not very long, but a little bit. This is the Tomoquads chopstick, or CS3. It's a 3-inch, and it's kind of like a toothpick style, but this one has way more options than a toothpick, and it fits 3-inch props, so it's not really, it's a little bit bigger than a toothpick, but you'll see that. I'll compare it. I think I have a toothpick here, so I will compare them side by side. So I'm going to show you what you get in the package, how it comes, and then I will put it together real quick and show it together. So you get this nice bag, you get a picture. Sometimes these pictures will help you put the frame together. Other times the frames are so easy to go together you don't need it. But sometimes they do help to look at them, or you can just look online. You got 2 bags of stuff here, and then you got the bottom plate, top plate, and 2 arms. This is pretty cool. This is actually my very first time checking this out too, so I like that it has separate arms, so you can buy these separate too, so in case you break them. I really like the motor protection on the end there too. That's really nice, and crashes. So you have removable and stackable 2mm arms. These are 2mm thick. You can double them up to make them 4mm thick, which would be pretty beefy. I guess if you wanted to go with, like, you know, some bigger motors, some 1108s or something, or you know, 1404, something like that, 4mm thick would be crazy. You can see all the holes in this guy. This looks like the bottom plate. So it supports whoop style flight controller, as well as 16x16 and 20x20. There's not a lot of them that do 20x20 as well. I know the Cream Puff Light does, and this one. I don't know of any others. I'm sure there probably is 1 or 2 more, but I can't think of any right now. When I did that one video with the 6 different toothpick style frames, I believe the Cream Puff Light was the only one out of all those. And I also had a Carrera here, which I have right here, that I totally forgot to include in those 6 toothpick style frames. So yeah, that sucks, but anyway, I'll show that one separate. Bottom mounted self-adjusting lipo mount, or top mounted strap, or a rubber band hook. So it has the hooks on the top plate for rubber bands, which is really nice. You get some nice M2 standoffs and M2 hardware. That's really nice. And then here's some more printed stuff. This is looks like a battery holder, camera mount, 2 different kind of camera mounts, and a battery holder. And it looks like it holds a 452S or something like that. Here's a 355 2S. Fits in there pretty snug. Yeah, that's nice and tight. Let's see what these mounts are. I like this one better than some of the other ones I've seen because it's thinner and more flexible. The other ones were thicker and they're real hard to bend and wrap around the battery. So that's pretty nice. So for the camera mounts, it supports like a EOS 2 or Runcam Nano 2, as well as a HD camera, and soon there will be a all-in-one camera mount as well. If anybody, I don't really see anybody wanting to use an all-in-one on here, but maybe somebody does. So let's see okay, so let's see how tall the standoffs are. They look like 20mm. Yeah, 20mm standoffs. So that's the perfect height to fit a micro cam. That's really cool that you can put a micro cam on here. Well, you should be able to anyway. It's a 3-inch quad, you know, but it's meant to be a super light 3-inch. So looks like it'll go together just like that. Top plate. That's really cool. I like that. Let's see what else. So the holes, the mounting holes look like 9x9. So it'll fit every kind of 1102 except for Happy Model. It'll fit 1103, 1104, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1404, 1206. And that's it. You got this kind of camera mount. It just goes over the standoffs. And, you know, just like this. We've seen them before. And that'll hold your micro cam. And then this one sticks in a little bit further to fit your EOS 2 or Runcam Nano 2 type cam for 14mm cams. Just like that. I never liked how, you see how one side of the TPU is shiny and the other side's not? And you gotta have one flipped over, so you got one that's shiny on top and then one that's flat on top. It's all thicker too, that's crazy. It's like a little shelf right there. That's kind of cool. Make it nice and beefy. Alright, so let's see. It'll actually fit up to a 3.2-inch prop, which I don't really know of any 3.2-inch props, but that's nice that it has the extra clearance. It says that the props will be 6mm away from the frame body, which will eliminate prop wash. So let me get this slapped together real quick. Alright, so there it is together. This is a really nice frame. I absolutely love that it has the cutouts for the whoop style flight controller. So you can really make this a nice light toothpick style build, but it's going to be a 3-inch and it's just awesome. I mean, if you use a whoop style flight controller like the GE PRC one with 12 amp ESCs, you're going to keep it light. I threw these mounts on here, but throw these on there and use a Runcam Racer Nano, Unify Pro 32, XM Plus, and some. You could even use some 1104s. I'd go 1104, like a 6500 kV or something like that. This thing would be badass. So beautiful carbon, really nice carbon. I like that carbon. And oh, the battery mount, I totally forgot about that. Let me show you real quick how that goes on, because it confused me the first time that I encountered this camera mount. But it's not as hard as it looks to get on, and it's not like you're gonna be taking it off and putting it on a bunch of times. Nice little antenna hole right there. You got holes in the top as well. It looks like 20 by 20, so that would fit like a Turtle 2 or something like that. Tons of room for your stack too. I mean, look how much height you got there. Lots of room in there. So you could definitely put your Turtle and a 4-in-1 and a flight controller. Okay, so the battery holder, you go in through the top, or that's how I do it anyway. So you squeeze it, in half, shove it in there, come on. Maybe use a tool to help you. That wasn't too bad. Pull it the rest of the way through. Well, I think some pliers will be better. There we go. And you're done. There we go. So it was a little bit of a pain, but you know, once it's in there, it's staying in there. Let me grab that Race Day Quads 450 and see if that fits. Yeah, it fits. Nice and snug too. There's no way that battery's coming out. And look at that, it's like the perfect length of the body. If you're using a whoop controller, your motor plugs will come right through these holes on the sides here. But the problem with that is I don't think the motor wires would be long enough to reach that far. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't know if they would. But you can use the micro race wire, or you can break the plugs off and direct solder it. Or you could use a 16x16 stack, or you could use a 20x20 stack. If I was going to build this up myself, I think what I would use personally, I would use a nice micro camera, like a Rotel. I would use probably a 20x20 stack and some 1104s. And I would leave the arms just how they are, 2mm thick. And I would make this a crazy, insanely fast beast. So there you have it. I think I covered everything. That's the Tomoquads chopstick CS3. The top plate is 1.5mm thick. The weight is 18 grams with all the hardware, or 12 grams without the hardware. So pretty light. And I believe I have covered everything. There is also some printed stuff that you can find on Thingiverse, like a micro axis holder, and some other accessories. So, alright, there you go.